cannot tell you how pleased I am that Lady Terenes has returned to Minas Tirith.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And I trust you speak with the king's own authority.
I am not surprised to hear your report.
Greetings, friend.
'Tis good to see you back, my friend. How stands the refuge of Tumladen? Ships that were once the pride of Gondor lie now at the bottom of the bay, or burned along the coast.
My king has done me the great honor of allowing me to step down.
I do not know if I have the fortitude to follow my father as the Lord of Lebanon, but I will do my duty.
How can I be of service?
work progresses, but it progresses slowly. But I sadly admit that staring at the ships under construction will not speed up the process.
My husband speaks the truth. If ties of friendship are neglected, they can slip loose entirely.
You will want me along on this mission, of course.
Greetings, friend. Hello there. What can I do for you?
I am at your service. Hail and well met. Welcome to Farouk Zahar, stronghold of the Dimamir in the White Mountains.
We are here on a mission of friendship. We will do what custom and tradition demand.
This gift will do nicely. However,
This is intolerable! How long do they intend to make us wait?
welcome, King Elisar, to the stronghold of Faruk Zahar. It is good to see you again. What has brought you to Faruk Zahar? I hope you do not think to involve us in your wars.
Hamissar and I have come to an arrangement. During the discussion, something revealed itself to me.
They are called the kindred of the coins, Elisar, but feel no shame at forgetting it. This messenger was named Koltek, and he belongs to the kindred of the coins.
We will accept your gracious offer of hospitality, Hamissar.
That Hamissar is lying to us.
Do you really think Hamissar is lying to the king? Why would he risk such a dangerous deception?
I do not like this. Hamissar is hiding something.
When I first arrived here, the Temamir showed me a great deal of hospitality.
Gangur Farwend was just here, and he told me what he said to you.
My hand shook as I drew the sketch. I may not be cut out for such an adventure as this.
We have no choice now, my friends. We should get as much rest as we are able. is time for us to take our leave, Hamissar of Farouk Zahar. We thank you for your gracious hospitality.
I share your hopes for the future, King Elisar of Gondor.
Fear not, Hamissar. I will remember your words.
What can I do for you?
It's terrible. Just terrible. Queen Arwen is nowhere to be found. I beg you, ask around Ost Anglabed and find the Queen.
I'm sorry I cannot help you. Unless...
Howdy, Poteen. I'm basically just goofing off, doing a little bit of leveling of Hunter I've had lagging sadly behind. So, not doing anything thrilling or exciting today, but lots of seeing the landscape. And of course, this part here is the start of some fairly major story spoilers.
And trouble yourself not overmuch.
As Queen Arwen starts talking to this roaming star NPC, referring to her as the Maiden of Gilrain. Hint, hint, hint.
Oh, has shown me the kindness of the sort I have thought vanish from the world.
If I wore my ranger garb, I could have approached without making any noise.
Yes, but you're not a ranger anymore. You're the king. You have to act like one. And neither of any of these actually is better than the dagger I have in my offhand, so it's just filler gear.
To Lynn here, with instructions to aid the people there.
Not doing too bad today. How are you doing out there? Alright, so he's sending us back to Kabar, who's kind of his right-hand man throughout the storyline. And that's in Lynn here, so I'm going to cheat. Joys of Hunters, I have my travel skills. I'm pretty sure I already have the travel route to Lynn here, so I should be able to just ride there. One of the great joys of Hunters, all the travel skills you have. Without cooldowns like the milestones and the return twos. Alright, back to Kabar.
Oh, I am glad to see you, for I am at the end of my wits.
And he's being harassed by the townspeople, all asking him for stuff. He is not very good at this point in the story of saying no yet. Oh, and hey. Always stop and wave at somebody in the kin who's online and in the same area. So this guy again is increased about the pests, or worried about the pest, which we're already here to take care of. Right at the launch of Corsairs of Umbar, this quest right here was a major kind of bottleneck for people because there's only so many pests in this town area, and everybody was fighting over the mob kills to progress this quest. So you would get people just making massive groups, just like, you know, 6, 8, 10 people all running around this town just to kill these typically blue mobs. Right? She's worried that some of her neighbors have disappeared. Another perfectly valid concern. But the third of the citizens you have to talk to is still my favorite. Forcharn. He's not really worried about anything. He's just lonely. I feel you, buddy. I feel you. Alright, there should be the last couple of pests I need over here by the stables. And then we should made the city safe enough that K-Bar can go about his business.
You took care of everything on the list? You're good at this, aren't you?
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't a long list, K-Bar. You could have actually done this. Okay, so he's going to send me out to the lighthouse. So this is actually the first piece where, and I don't think that's the exit I want the other one. Yeah, I got to go all the way around. This is actually the first piece in this kind of area where we're going into what is a new zone as opposed to just going back through the previous Gondor zones. Really should untrack these side quests so that their map rings don't keep confusing me. Alright, so I need to go to the lighthouse, which means take the road this way. Of course, it's not much of a lighthouse anymore when we get there. If I remember right, that's actually what we can see in the distance there. See, it's kind of taken a beating and is under reconstruction. Now I'm actually into the area where I'm starting to get the new crafting materials, so I want to stop and chop wood if I'm going right by them. Keep getting my woodworker skill up. Don't really use much of it for this character here, but woodworking does craft the horns that I use on my champion to use as a kind of an AoE stun on cooldown. So it would be nice to be able to craft some of the new updated versions of those, not the old ones that I'm still using.
You are most welcome, my friend.
Okay, Stable Master grabbed, but K-Bar is not at the lighthouse. He's kind of hanging back here. Staring at the ruins, sad. Yeah. Because there's what used to be the top of the lighthouse.
It is much worse than I expected.
Yeah, place kind of got wrecked. And you can tell they're rebuilding it, but this is not going to be a functioning lighthouse again anytime soon. And K-Bar being K-Bar, he's got a sketch of what it used to look like.
Ah, thank you. The sketch is painful now, but I will keep it close.
Okay, he's basically sending us up into Ringlow Vale, so even though we had a minor little detour here in what's technically a new area, it's back to revisiting more of the Gondor areas we had before, around level 95 to 100, but now we're seeing what's been happening there post-war. So a lot of this whole storyline that's kind of taking up this first half of the new expansion is really going through and seeing the effects of what happened when we came through the area the first time, preparing for the war when Elessar was still just Aragorn. We're coming back through after the ring's been destroyed, the wars happened, Battle of Pelennor Fields, all of that, and then there's kind of the repercussions of what's happened since then. So technically, we can complete this quest by killing enemies in this area or in Ringlow Vale itself, so I'm basically just going to beeline to Ringlow Vale where things are slightly higher level than this, because I'm already a little over-leveled.
The shadow of war is now behind us, and Gondor rejoices.
No, the shadow of war is never truly behind you. This is Lord of the Rings. There's always something new coming. And we should transition into Ringlow Vale. Yep, there we go. So now we'll be in a slightly higher area, which means that we're at least going to be consistently 141 to 142 enemies. Poor bear. Oh, spiders. Always nab spiders. Actually, I think I finished the Spider Slayer deed on this character the other day. So I don't need to go beelining for spiders. Never mind. But if this is your first time through this area, always grab spiders, because there is a Spider Slayer deed, and there's only one really good spot to get a decent concentration of them, and you still have spawn issues. Right, one more kill, and I'll be given the keep moving along part of the quest, which I believe basically just sends me to Ethring. Yep. So that'll be just a ways up the road here, and we'll fast horse it. I hate using the idiot pony, but they are quicker. So this will be Ethring up ahead here. Little village where we came through and did a lot of kind of gathering up resources and rallying people to defend and fight in the level 100-ish range. This was kind of the stuff that was happening around the original Dol Amroth and Corsair's quest line. And things haven't gone so well in here since.
Now that Ethring doesn't need you, your mother will weep to hear it.
As it turns out, the things we did in that storyline didn't go so well for a lot of the people of Ethring, and there are kind of consequences to all of that.
It is true that I left home before war seemed certain, but...
How could I have known how bad things would get? Well... that is one thing that does honestly kind of amuse me if through the general through storyline of this part of the expansion here is you get to see all the ways that, you know, we came through doing heroic things and rallying the troops and preparing people for war, and then we come back through these areas and it's like, oh, all of this stuff took a horrible toll on the places that we went through and, you know, recruited people to come fight with us, or, you know, to go, you know, fight in the war, you know, to go to Pelennor Fields. All of the things that we did just absolutely ravaged some of these areas.
She doesn't want to see you, Kaibar.
And the people who were left behind are none too thrilled with us. You're with the new king? You can keep moving. Right, so Kaibar wants us to hear the concerns of some of the townspeople, see if he can help out. And we're told where we can stick it. the best way we can help Ethring is to leave. And glares at us suspiciously and says nothing. So yeah, people around here aren't so happy with us coming back through the second time around. And Kaibar is just like, yeah, there's nothing here. Let's keep moving to the next town. It's probably a good decision. So for doing the Spider Slayer deed in this area, the hillside up here to the right, and then a little further up, there's some ruins in the hills kind of up this way, are one of the better concentrations of spiders. We actually did that the other night with some people from the kin. We got together and completed Spider Slayer for the area. Which is why I'm not stopping to kill spiders on this character, because it's one of the few things he actually has done. So now we're back really in kind of Ringlow Vale proper. So on the map, this is, not Ringlow Vale, because that is now this area. They've kind of split it out into its own actual region of Lamadon. So when we originally came through this area around the 90 to 100, we would have come through the Paths of the Dead up north here, down through Morlad, and then southeast through here and down into Ringlow Vale. So now we're kind of taking the opposite route back through, because we're coming up from the south and going back through, revisiting the places we were in kind of that time frame.
The king and queen who come to Cannonbell.
So at least one person is excited to see us. Of course, it's the kind of semi-scummy merchant, but somebody's excited to see us. So he wants us to stop in his shop. And of course, this is Galengum's Divine and Delicate Drafts.
If there was ever any doubt that I sell only the finest of goods, let that doubt now be dispelled.
I am to be the personal merchant of the King and Queen of Gondor themselves. Of course you are, buddy.
When I awoke this morning, I did not think I should be made the king's own merchant by the afternoon.
Yeah, he's a little excitable.
Galengum has been promised nothing of the kind by either my husband or myself.
How were your travels? Were you able to help the folk of Dor and Ernil and the Ringlow Vale?
Yeah, they kind of didn't want shit from you, buddy, because you came through here and wrecked their stuff last time around. Or rather, we did it as your proxy. Alright, so he's basically sending us to talk to Prince Imrahil and Dol Amroth. So once again, we're kind of playing all the hits from our level 95 to 100 time period. Back to Dol Amroth. So anybody who played back in the days when DA was kind of it for the end game will be very familiar with this area. Pretty much the same old architecture, not a lot changed here. Oh, whoops. We have to stop outside the entrance first. I forgot. They, of course, expect you not to already have this travel point unlocked. So they put an NPC out by the gates to be your director. Yeah, what I'm doing on this character, partly because his gear has been truly lacking, but also just kind of as an experiment, is I'm, for the most part, going to just replace all of my 140 or below teals that he's been wearing, or purples and yellows in a lot of cases, with just the stuff I get as I go along to really see how good the leveling gear is. That's right, because he auto-teleports us to the instance.
The Palace of the Swan. When last I was here, the mood was grim.
So this instance is a massive, huge story spoiler that literally had me going to the internet to try and figure out if there had been any hints of one of the things that happens here.
I bid you welcome to Dol Amroth and the Palace of the Swan. My daughter and her friends were just leaving.
Is this a poor time? I hope we bring no interruption.
Oh, none at all, my king. Dorthaneth was a help to me when I ruled Dol Amroth while my father was away. She was a dear friend, and remains so. I cherish her visits, but this one was just ending.
Spoilers, it's kind of not.
I pray you will stay a little longer, leader of the Arboreen. I had hoped to speak with you.
So this is where we remember back to Queen Arwen and her talking to the Lady of Gilraith by the waters of the river.
The Queen asks you to stay. Surely you can heed her wish?
As well as the Elven Water theme from a very earlier part of the quest line. So she hands me a bowl that she wants me to set down here. So I've just put down a bowl of water that Queen Arwen suspiciously had with her.
This means, my queen.
This is water from the river Gilrine, which flows out of the White Mountains. You know this water, Dorthaneth, for you drowse long beside it.
Now that right there, talking about Dorthaneth drowsing beside the river, is a huge hang on a minute for any even moderate Lord of the Rings nerds. And had me wondering, wait a minute, is this what I think it is when I first saw this instance?
There are two hearts to be mended here, not just
Because there's very definitely an old story in Lord of the Rings
not do your part, Nimrodel.
about an elf maiden Nimrodel who slept. Actually, no, not the elf maiden Nimrodel. The spirit Nimrodel.
Maybe so, but there is one here who remembers it.
And here's Roaming Star. And she says, yeah, long ago she dwelt by the river Gilrine, and an elf maid came and she accidentally put her to sleep for longer than she expected, which meant that the elf maid slept, missed her boat, and this is the song of Nimrodel, who was with Amroth, who was the person that Dol Amroth is named after.
I think that is not cruelty.
So basically what they're saying here is that Dorthaneth is in fact Nimrodel, the elf maiden from, legend and song.
I did not know.
Who, after losing her betrothed, because Roaming Star, the Lady of the River, put her to sleep beside the banks for, I don't know, hundreds of years, was a long time, has just been wandering the world since then.
I do forgive you, Roaming Star, for your part in what befell. But know that of blame, yours was never the greatest share.
And yeah, now we have the fact that Aragorn, or King Elisar, noting that this was Queen Arwen's big purpose, is that because she was friends with Roaming Star, she wanted to reunite the two so that Nimrodel, or Dorthaneth, could forgive Roaming Star and, ease some of the guilt that Roaming Star's been carrying around with her for however long this has been. So, first time I played through this storyline on my champion, I got through that, and it was a huge, hang on a second, is this really what I think it is moment?
These are truly days of wonder.
Yeah, I love that. Never did I expect such figures as these to step from the mists of legend into my hall. Like, seriously. Even only being a moderate Lord of the Rings nerd, that is a huge thing that they just kind of casually dropped in this piece of the story. Alright, so he's going to have us go talk to one of his guards who's been keeping watch on a certain Corsair who we might know if we played through the Dol Amroth storyline before. But at this point in time, I do have to call a stop to things because I've got stuff to do that's coming up in just a few minutes here.